Good evening, this is Chamut Fernando bringing you the news roundup. The United States confirmed that its forces torpedoed and sank an Iranian naval vessel in the Indian Ocean. The incident took place 40 nautical miles off the Sri Lankan coast. According to the Secretary to the Ministry of Defense, around 80 bodies were recovered from the scene. This afternoon, a media briefing attended by the Navy and Air Force was held to brief the incident. Navy spokesperson Commander Buddhika Sampath said that the distressed ship wasn't even visible.
When they reached up to that place, we could not find the ship, but we found slight oil patch and floating life raft in that particular area, and we started doing searching survivals in that particular area because we understood that the survivors should be in the water.
There was also speculation that the Iranian vessel was awaiting permission for the port call in Sri Lanka.
Just want to clear the air about this allegation where that this Iranian naval vessel was waiting to call port in Sri Lanka. Has that happened, or is this just speculation?
So my focus is to give the updates on the rescue mission. So right now we are doing rescue mission effectively. So later on we can go into further details. So as of international obligations and the provisions and the regulations and the conventions, we are doing our part and we are attending search and rescue operation because that incident had happened within our search and rescue area.
Meanwhile, addressing the media from the Department of War, U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth confirmed the attack.
Yesterday, in the Indian Ocean, an American submarine sunk an Iranian warship that thought it was safe in international waters. Instead, it was sunk by a torpedo. Quiet death. The first sinking of an enemy ship by a torpedo since World War II. Like in that war, back when we were still the War Department, we are fighting to win.
Sri Lankan Airlines resumed flight operations to Middle Eastern destinations today following a brief suspension for security compliance. The national carrier confirmed that flight UL231 from Colombo to Dubai operated, and the return flight UL232 from Dubai to Colombo will remain scheduled to depart as planned. Officials stated that these maneuvers follow strictly adherence to safety protocols aimed at ensuring passenger security amidst regional tensions. Against this backdrop of ongoing Middle East conflict, Sri Lanka is losing roughly 10 to 12 million US dollars of revenue every week as tourist arrivals drop sharply. This was said by Deputy Minister of Tourism Ruwan Ranasinghe. The Fort Magistrate said today that the CID failed to report facts to the court regarding former Intelligence Chief Major General Suresh Saleh. The suspect remains in detention under the Prevention of Terrorism Act for ongoing questioning. The magistrate inquired about from CID officers following a motion filed by lawyers who confirmed that no formal report reached the court. The Cabinet authorized the publication of a bill in the Government Gazette to repeal the Chief of Defence Staff Act No. 35 of 2009. The draft bill received clearance from the Attorney General following initial approval in February last year. Meanwhile, the Cabinet approved a phased removal of the cess levy on 2,634 identified goods between 2026 and 2029 to lower production costs for export industries. This initiative aims to align Sri Lankan trade with World Trade Organization policies and ensure a level playing field for all stakeholders. A person who sustained serious injuries in a motorcycle crash on Kota Road, Borella last night passed away while receiving treatment at the Colombo National Hospital. The All-Share Price Index of the Colombo Stock Exchange closed green today after gaining 134.03 points to close at 22,577.41. The S&P SL20 index also gained 44.01 points to close at 6,357.66. Total market turnover was 4.6 billion rupees. Israel's Defense Minister Israel Katz issued a stark warning today, stating that any individual chosen to succeed the late Ayatollah Ali Khamenei will become a primary target for assassination. This declaration follows the death of the previous supreme leader in a recent joint strike by Israeli and American forces. In a post, Katz asserted that every leader appointed by the Iranian administration to continue plans against Israel or its allies remain a target for elimination, regardless of their identity or location. The warning coincides with reports that Iran's Assembly of Experts is moving to appoint a successor amidst a 5-day conflict that now spans multiple fronts. Meanwhile, foreign media reported that the state funeral for Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei has been postponed. The 3-day funeral was due to begin today. However, reports suggest that organizers have said that the ceremony will be postponed until there is infrastructure in place. No date for when the ceremony will take place has been announced. The Israeli military confirms it carried out broad-scale strikes across Tehran today, including hits on government buildings and sites linked to the clerical leadership in the holy city of Qom. In the skies above the Iranian capital, an Israeli F-35 jet reportedly shot down a manned Iranian fighter aircraft, marking a significant escalation in direct air combat. US-based human rights activist news agency says that at least 1,097 civilians have been killed there since the attacks began on Saturday. Meanwhile, the conflict spreads further into neighboring territories. In Lebanon, the Israeli military ordered residents south of the Litani River to evacuate immediately, citing upcoming operations against Hezbollah positions. Reports indicate that residential complexes sustained damage in recent aerial bombardments. Simultaneously, Iran launched a fresh barrage of ballistic missiles and drones across the Persian Gulf. Authorities in the United Arab Emirates and Qatar confirmed the interception of numerous projectiles, though some fell within their borders. As the humanitarian toll rises, with hundreds reported dead in Iran and dozens in Lebanon, international diplomatic efforts appear stalled. In the meantime, Turkey's defense ministry said that NATO air defenses have destroyed an Iranian missile heading towards Turkish airspace. In a statement, the defense ministry says there are no casualties or injuries. It says the missile was detected passing through Iraqi and Syrian airspace and heading towards Turkish airspace. Meanwhile, Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi accused US President Donald Trump of bombing the negotiating table out of spite. In a post on social media, he said, quote, "When complex nuclear negotiations are treated like a real estate transaction and when big lies could cloud realities, unrealistic expectations can never be met," unquote. He said that the outcome is bombing the negotiation table out of spite. Sri Lankan-born a cappella artist Charit Piris, who performs as Hachaja, won Best Electronic Experimental Video and Best Indie Video at the Capella Video Awards in Los Angeles for music video Mind Gog. In addition to his 2 wins, Mind Gog received 6 other nominations and secured second place in 4 further categories. The first semi-final of the T20 World Cup between New Zealand and South Africa is currently underway in Eden Gardens. Batting first, South Africa is at 166 runs for the loss of 8 wickets. That's it from the news roundup. Have a good night.